it's avoiding a lot of the volatility. The S&P right here, gap down, absolutely sending it, jumped up, hit that zone, sold off, now holding this zone and bouncing. If we go to a smaller time frame, look at that, just playing the back and forth game, a little ping pong action. If I'm in anything now, I would, if I was in futures, I would just trail it. I don't know if I'd be doing anything else. As of right now, that's a dead cat bounce. People are gonna talk about the gap fill and it's gonna sell back off. Nothing's really changed. Look how emotional people got over a tweet. It wasn't even real. People are definitely leading with their emotions right now. And all we're at right now is at Friday's close. As far as the expected moves, we're kind of just all here in the middle. I am still long the NASDAQ. Once we get a little bit higher, I'll move my stop above the zone. But for now, it's in the green. All I did today was play the bullpen, move my stop up above right below. This is the breakout candle. This stop actually missed me by a tick. I really thought I was out. I was actually looking to get back in. Because I was, again looking on trading view, I was like, that probably got me. Let me get back in. Went in, still there, still long the NASDAQ. Just not enough for me to put my stop above the zone just yet. As a matter of fact, once I'm done recording, I'll move it up. God, I really don't like doing it inside of a zone, but I'm gonna bump it a little bit just below this candle right here. Hopefully we break out to the upside. Switching to the daily though, what do we get? I was looking for some kind of maybe range bound. Technically, this could be a range, these two zones, because we got below, came right back in. So we probably, in all reality, need to be focusing on these two zones right here. And let's see how these really hold. Let's see where we close above or below. All we did was open, send it right back in. So let's kind of see, because that'll probably be our signal as to right now. Which way we're gonna head. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, if we jack around right here, we might be bottoming out. It might be sideways. Get above there, we can talk about a reversal. Get below here, we're gonna talk about 30 or 40% total. That is officially a death cross. So if you're bearish or you follow that, that is a bearish signal. Grandpa Dow, only one that has not officially entered a bear market. It only dropped 19%, a little over 19% from top to bottom. So hanging in there. But you got to remember, Grandpa Dow, he walked to school uphill both ways in the snow year round with no shoes. And depending on when you talk to him, they didn't have AC in the building during the summer. He went to school year round. And they didn't have heat in the winter. So they're rugged. They're built different. So maybe that's why he didn't crash. As of right now, the only reason I'm long is, or bullish, because I'm still in it. You guys saw it. Now I did sell a Meta and Nvidia put, and then I sold a Tesla call. I sold the 250 call. Again, collected 540 for it. The reason why I did that was just because I like money. Tesla's premium's just killing it. Again, 2 contracts. That's $1,080, so it's just shy of $1,100. That's not. If that's all I made that week, I would be poor. After paying taxes and just bills and everything, you know. But how hard is that? I sold the 220, sold the 220, sold the 250, 100% on all of those, got assigned, and then now I'll do it again. In this particular case, if we do end the week above 250, I probably will let those shares. I'll let those shares go, and I'll take all those weeks into my cost basis on the puts that I sell next.